Mayans used to collect a lot of their water from the natural aquifer that pushes the water up from the underground caves. And so they would come here and they would pull up the water and would bring it out to all of the different cities that existed in the what we call the hinterlands, or the hills to the side. So they want us to believe that these hills was made by water, but this whole thing that we're looking at was dredged. We dredged this whole thing the same way our ancestors dredged the Nile, the same way we dredged the Mississippi. We literally carved this thing out of itself to be able to create again an aquifer, or be able to use the fresh water. So what has happened is, after the colonialists came, they decided that this was going to be a place where they would do their water, and because they needed to move us, they need to move the natives for wherever they have fresh water or fresh game. So what they would do is that they would create laws to keep us from coming here and gathering water from the well, but then the laws were opened up for the colonialists to come and basically the water. Then if we would try to get the water, to try to break that, they would do things like cut our hands off, or cut our heads off, and things like that, and then put them on pikes around this place, so that way we would know, if we come and see our ancestors with, you know, heads on sticks, that we're not supposed to come here and do that. Because in order for us to partake in it, they wanted us to be in order for them to take it, we couldn't be in our proper person anymore. So what they needed to do is reduce us to Negrodom. And then once we got reduced to the Negro slave thing, that's when they decided to implement the laws, so that way they could take control of the water. And that way they could feed their people with it, who are now coming in as the settlers to usurp the land from the original people. So now what happens is, here we are in 2018 now, the same thing is about to happen, just in reverse. And it's a situation where now they want us to be more understanding, and and you know what I'm saying, and not be so upset, and you know, we can't, you know, well, where we gonna go now? But they wasn't asking that when they came and did what they did. So again, just us being here in habit is vibrationally changing the physiology of the area. Like, we was at the other spot and the hawks came out. Excuse me, the ravens came out, and then they brought the hawks. So here we are again now. The moon, we done brought the moon out. You know what I'm saying? The moon out all of a sudden in the day. And then again, there's a lot of nice ducks and stuff out there. But this thing is a lot deeper than they making it seem. Because again, there's an aquifer under that they're doing. So what they're also doing for people, truck drivers know, when you become a truck driver, they give you the map to the underground cities on how to get past stuff. So a lot of the maps that they use in the underground cities and stuff, they basically created a map system, and they use that map system to localize where the aquifers at in different parts of the country, so that way they could take control of them and bag them up or rezone them before we get our nationality and stuff back, and then they use it. But essentially, all of this stuff that we see that we think is made, you know, whatever, was actually made by us. We dug this whole thing out. The same way we could look over here and you see that there's a whole little apartment. This is like a 1-bedroom apartment right here. You got the Moor right here. It's like a little one bedroom
Brother went
right
down
here.
there. He said he had to go down there. He
That's
went,
right, Mo. That's right.
He wasn't playing.
That's right. We're not playing. That's right, Mo.
Playing.
That's right. Active, not passive. Operative, not speculative. That's right,
That's
Mo.
what's up.
That's what's up. So yeah, this would have been like a 1-bedroom apartment back in the days. That right there, you see, there's a other apartment right there. And like I said, these things would go recess-wise all the way into the mountain. So you would go in here and walk down there and basically come out the other side, if necessary, if need be. Also, the cactus that they would use, the cactus needles, they would use for threading, for sewing. They also would use the needles for tattooing. They also would use the water and the enzymes from the cactus for to create a pomade that they would use to almost like a natural skin cream, sun, what do you call that, sunscreen, all that. So wow. So, 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 wow. So Wow. So yeah, man, at one point, this was where we used to all come to get water. This was like this whole side of the world water fountain until, 1492. Everything else. And everything else went to hell. You know what I mean?
All right,
But
Islam, bro.
inshallah.